Shalom, family. I pray everyone is doing well. I have many people that come to the channel and they are saying, what borders? What borders are you talking about? Many people were waking to the knowledge of the truth. You're searching for answers because you will find people saying many different things. And when they come to this channel, they hear me speaking of the borders. He always talking about the borders. What borders are you talking about? I want you to understand, these people don't know the borders because this is not a normal teaching. This is not something that you hear in Christianity. This is not something the camps talk about. This is of no issue to them. But you're going to see the scripture is full of verses concerning the borders and how the Most High feel about his borders. And we should understand his borders. The question, the Most High set these borders in the earth. The question is Babylon's border greater than our border? Many of our people, with their actions, they are saying Babylon borders is greater, is better than our borders. But this is not how the Most High sees it. Now, how do we know this? There have been many, and there will be many more. Leave Babylon. Come within the Most High's border. Stay for some time and go back to the border that they feel that's greater. You see, they don't know that Babylon border is not greater than our border. So they run back to the vomit which they came from. And this is how we have to see. This is how the Most High sees it. Is Babylon border greater than our borders? Let's see what the scripture has to say. Because man's interpretation is nothing, but the Most High's word is what we have to trust and depend on. And this is another reason people don't know the borders. They are not studying and reading for themselves. You must study the scripture for yourself. You must read the scripture for yourself. And don't be waiting for someone else. Psalms 74:17. We see it's the Most High that have set all the borders in the earth. He the one set all the borders in the earth. He know which border is for what people. He knows. And he knows which borders. You have to agree with me that the Most High is almighty. He's all knowing. He knows which border is the greater border. Because the borders are not equal. There's one land that's greater than all the other lands. And the scripture tells us so. Psalms 24:1-3. The earth is yours and the fullness thereof. He created it. Right? We know that Job 9:24 says the world lies in the hand of the wicked one. So we know it's in the hands of the wicked one. And he's going to continue to rule and reign over this earth for a time. And then when that time is finished, this wickedness will be removed. This is what we know. But it still belongs to the Most High. It's been abused. The land is being abused. Scripture said the earth languish. Everything that's in it will languish, will mourn. So the earth belongs to Yahuwah, the world. And they that dwell in them, the righteous and the rebels. That's why he has the last say so. He will separate the sheep from the goat. He will say, away from me, and send those to Shaul because of the life that they chose, because they hated the Most High, because they hated the Most High people. When you hate the Most High people, you hate the Most High. It's that simple. That's why I said they hated me. Know that they're going to hate you. If we have anything to do with the Most High, the wicked's going to hate us. It has nothing to do with, I don't believe your teaching, or I don't believe the fleet doctrine, or I don't believe the border. It has nothing to do with that. These people, the bottom line is, they hate the Most High. And it need to be said. And your Babylonian teachers, they're set up to keep the people blind. And that's their job. And they are doing it. They're doing it very well. They're not working for the Most High. They're working for the enemy. And the people think they're working for the Most High. That's deception. For he hath founded it upon the seas and established it upon the floods. Who who? It's asking the question, who shall ascend unto the hill of Yahuwah? Who? And who shall stand in his Kadash place? There are some people that's going to ascend to the hill, and there's some people that shall stand in the Kadash place. The question is, will it be the wicked or will it be the righteous? Will it be within Babylon's border or will it be within Yahuwah's border? Now, I send people to Genesis 15 to show where the borders are. Here's Genesis 15, 12 and 14. Now when the sun was going down, a deep sleep fell upon Abram. Let me bring a point here, because we're seeing how our people operated. Abraham was one of the greatest, okay? He was one of the greatest. And so when the sun went down, a deep sleep fell upon him. Our people went to sleep when the sun went down. They didn't stay up all times of night, so be careful doing the things Gooey does. And then daytime come, they're asleep. The Most High meant for us to be awake when the sun rises, and when the sun sets, he means for us to sleep unless he has something for us to do. And behold, horror and great darkness fell upon him. This is what he saw. Another thing, when you lay down to sleep, the Most High will show you things. Just like he's showing Abram. Just like he showed many of the others. He will show you things. And he saw horror and great darkness. And this is what he showed us concerning Babylon and her borders. He showed us darkness and great horror and terror. We were in the midst of it. This is how he showed us, looking into it. Then he said to Abram, know certainly that your descendants will be strangers in a land that is not theirs, and will serve them and they will afflict them 400 years. And we know this, the scripture here, and we understand this happened in America. America was a strange land to the people. The Americas, let me say the new world, the new land. And also the nation whom they serve, I will judge. He's going to judge that nation. And our people, those camp leaders, their members, they will be there doing this judgment. Most of them will be there. He's going to pull, as the scripture says, he's going to pull some of them out of their mouths. And he's going to take some of them. But most of them, you're in Babylon, your judgment will happen there. It says, afterwards they shall come out with great possessions. And the Most High showed us this great possessions. People didn't see it. But if you see all our people and the possessions we have when we come out, you haven't seen it together. You only saw your family. And so they don't understand this great possession. We went in her. I've said it before. I'll say it again. Booty butt naked. No food, no water, naked, starving. That's how we went in her. So if you come out with clothes, you come out in a plane, you come out with a little cash, and we put it all together, this is considered to be great possessions. Now the Most High saw our possession, but you see, people don't see this. But the Most High knows what we all came out with. And he know what each and every family came out with. And some came out and they said, they said they didn't have but so much money, but they had more than what they said they had. Joel 3 and 6. Also the people of Yehuda and the people of Jerusalem you have sold to the Greeks. This is the reason they sold them to the Greeks, that you may remove them far from their borders. So the people that Abram saw being in a strange land, they were removed far from their borders. Here's our borders. Here we go, being moved far from our borders. Genesis 15 and 18. On that same day, Yahuwah made a covenant with Abram, saying, to your descendants, here's our borders. Here's the borders. I have given this land from the river of Egypt, there's your border, to the great river Euphrates deep. This is the border. And now what happens, people get the borders mixed up. with the land of Yasharal, not knowing scripture, not studying. New people, you will die listening to men's teaching. Let me tell you, you will die. When I say you will die, they're not giving you the answer. You haven't figured this out yet. And when wicked people come to the comment section, they just say crazy things. These new people, they follow along with this. And so this is why I removed them, to keep them from tripping others up. There are many they are out there to trip you and I up. And it depends on how strong you are, they will trip you up. But if you're strong in the Most High, they will not trip you up. So our people, I had to deal with a comment last week, remove it. The person, I can't answer this. There's many things I can't answer. It's not worth answering. Let them people go over there to Israel if they want to. You see, this person, this is a rebel, number one. Number two, they don't know scripture. They don't know the difference between the borders of Yasharal and the Most High's border. They don't understand the difference. And this is what you're going to find out. This is what you should already know. And this is what you would know if you dug into the scriptures. I can't stress it enough. If you're waiting on someone else, you know, I hate to say this, you're going to end up in Shaul. If you're going from YouTube video to YouTube video looking for answers, looking for the truth, not doing your own research, not doing your own study, you're going to fall in a ditch because the traps are set. So we're going to see the difference between Yasharal's borders and the borders he's talking about in Genesis 15 and 18. Joshua 10 through 12. And when they came to the region of Jordan, here they go in the region of Jordan, which is in the land of Canaan. Here is the land of Canaan. This is the border. This was the borders of Yasharal, the land of Canaan. Now, the wilderness, that was within the borders. This is what the people get mixed up. And they can't separate the land. They said, wait a minute, you said we're not to go in the land, but you're within the borders. I am within the borders from the river of Egypt to the river Euphrates. The whole border of the land of Yasharal is not from the river of Egypt to the river Euphrates. So we're seeing a distinction here between the land of Canaan, and we see the children of Reuben, the children of Gad, and half the tribe of Manasseh. They built a mitzvah by Jordan. And this is another point. Today's Jordan and today's Israel is not correct. According to scripture, it is incorrect, and you need to know this. So they a great, impressive mitzvah. This is what they built. Now the children of Yasharal heard someone say, behold, the children of Reuben, the children of Gad, and the half tribe of Manasseh have built a mitzvah on the frontier of the land of Canaan. We're talking about the land of Canaan, the borders of Canaan, the borders of Yasharal. Before they expanded the borders. Make sure you understand this. In the region of Jordan. See, those people in Jordan, they're in the land, not knowing it. That's not the beginning of the wilderness journey. Jordan is the land. Today's Jordan is the land. I just saw the video in the time of Pesach. We had people coming out. They flocked to Jordan. They're in the river Jordan baptizing. Once again, they're in the land. These people need help. These people need to know the truth. These people need to know they're not doing what the Most High said doing. And they have already put upon themselves, not knowing, they're walking in a form of ignorance, not knowing that's the land. They think the borders, they think Yasharal is when you cross the Jordan. The land of Yasharal when you cross. And we're going to see that's not the case at all. They are in the land. So we see here that they built this mitzvah in the land of Canaan, on the region of Jordan, on Yasharal's side.